Over the weekend, Republican Representative Dan Crenshaw held his youth summit. And he got thousands of attendees to show up, a lot of them between the ages of 14 and 19. The whole thing was a big, broad spectacle that opened with Crenshaw showing a film on screen of him escaping Antifa kidnappers and then parachuting onto the roof of the building. That was all, on film. And then to open it, after the film showed, he rappelled down from the ceiling wearing camo pants, looking like he just came out of combat. And of course, the crowd ate it up. And if you've been following Dan Crenshaw's career, you understand this is not the first time this guy has put together a little movie where he becomes the hero. He did one kind of ripping off the Avengers with his conservative Avengers. And they all look like a bunch of wannabe Rambos. But the crowd there at the Youth Summit loved it. They loved it. One attendee actually said, according to the Washington Post, that he was trying not to shake when he saw Crenshaw in person for the first time. Others said they love him, and a lot of them said, and I love the eye patch. It makes him look tough. Now, over at Ring of Fire, I've repeatedly mentioned that Crenshaw wears that eyepiece. Obviously, he did lose an eye in Afghanistan. We're not, discrediting his military service or his injury or anything like that. But the eye patch is completely voluntary. You could either wear glasses, you could get a prosthetic put in. You don't have to wear the eye patch. He does that because it gets that kind of reaction from people, I believe. It's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. But after reading the responses from people saying they love the eye patch, makes him look tough, yeah, kind of obvious why he's doing this. But all of that aside, this was a group of MAGA youth, right? These are hardcore Trumpers because the Washington Post did interview a lot of them, and they all talked about how much they love Donald Trump. And that's actually an exact quote from one of them. But then they went on to say something else. They love Trump. But he's old. He's too old. He's too old now. So by the time 2024 rolls around, he's going to be way too old for these young conservatives. They want somebody new. They want somebody young. They want somebody with charisma, with stamina, a strongman leader to take over Donald Trump's mantle for him. And they believe that person is Dan Crenshaw. Dan Crenshaw, a person who, by the way, wouldn't even be in Congress. We wouldn't even know who the hell he is if it weren't for gerrymandering. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, here's his district. Right there. All nice and curvy, scooping up all those conservative areas so that a Republican could actually win it. That's what Dan Crenshaw's district looks like. That's how he's in power. And he is taking every possible advantage of his possibly short time in office. I know Republicans control Texas. They get to redraw the districts, but there's still a chance maybe they can't justify that anymore. So who knows if Crenshaw's district is still going to exist as it is by the time the midterms roll around or beyond that. So Crenshaw has made a name for himself. Crenshaw is emerging as the tough, strong man character. And I say character because, again, he likes to make these make-believe movies about himself being so cool. And he's winning over these truly naive, I guess would be the best word to use without being too offensive, youth voters. They're flocking to him because they think Trump is too old. And yeah, Crenshaw's young. Crenshaw's got military credentials. Crenshaw sustained a life-changing injury in Afghanistan, and I'm not taking that away from him at all. I disagree with his politics wholeheartedly and everything the man stands for. But he did serve in the military, whereas Trump did not. He is young, whereas Trump is not. He wears his injury like a badge of honor, whereas Donald Trump can't even admit that he's bald. There's no shame in that, by the way. Crenshaw is all of the things that Donald Trump is lacking. And that's what makes Crenshaw so terrifying. Because he did appeal to these young voters, and some obviously way too young to even vote yet, but he got through to them. This youth summit, from Crenshaw's perspective, is a success. And I guarantee you it's not going to be the last one he does. He enjoyed it. He won them over. And if he continues down this path, he may be a pretty decent contender for 2024.